All right, so today we're going to talk about the excretory system. The excretory system. The excretory system and the urinary system are not exactly the same thing, but as far as this class, we're going to consider them pretty much the same thing. The urinary system cleans your blood. So the blood goes through your kidneys, which was one of the main organs, probably the MVP of the urinary system. It goes through your kidneys and it gets filtered out. Now, if you remember from the circulatory system, there's good things in your blood like oxygen and sugar, and there are bad things in your blood, bad in quotation marks, bad things in your blood like CO2 and urea. The urea is what's going to be filtered out in the urinary system. The other waste product is going to be filtered out. You remember what other body system it is? It's the respiratory system. CO2 is filtered out in the respiratory system. So again, I mentioned the kidneys. We got the kidneys are the MVPs. You have this thing called a ureter. There's two of them, one for each kidney. And the ureter is kind of the pipe that gets rid of the urea that's filtered out from the blood. So the urea is filtered out with the blood. You've got water that's in your blood too, as you're drinking water and stuff like that. The water flushes your kidneys, gets all that waste out, which is good. Which is why if you drink a lot of water, your urine should be a lighter color. If you don't drink a lot of water, it's going to normally be a darker color, like an orangish or a dark yellow color. So the lighter your urine, generally, that means the more hydrated you are, the more water is in your blood. You can see the little dancing kidneys at the bottom. We can actually function without both kidneys. Obviously, that makes the other kidney have to do a lot more work. So that means you can donate a kidney. So if somebody has one kidney, or they're going in, both of their kidneys are failing, they can have, if they're a match as far as a donor, from either a person that has passed away or for somebody that wants to donate it. A friend, a family member, sometimes it's a stranger. But yeah, so it could come from a person that is deceased or a person that just wants to donate a kidney. Either one of those is fine. And then the urine gets down there to the bladder, and the bladder is what holds, bladders in general just hold liquid. So a urinary bladder is the organ that holds the liquid, and that bladder gets more and more full as time goes on. And then eventually your sphincter here, your bladder sphincter actually releases, and the bladder leaves. And the bladder leaves through your urethra, and we'll talk about that in a different body system. So the function of the whole system is that it filters blood and turns waste into urine, and crazy enough, the kidney filters blood and turns waste into urine. So the kidney is doing the job of this system. The other organs are just there to help it. Similar to what we talked about the respiratory system, the alveoli is doing the job of the respiratory system. All the other parts are helping the alveoli get what it needs. It's the Michael Jordan of the team. You see here some of the body parts of a real kidney. There's some drawing and diagram over on the left, bottom left. And then you've got the bladder. We talked about it. The bladder has a lot of smooth muscle around it. It has a lot of smooth muscle around it, and that smooth muscle allows you to squeeze the urine out. It lets you get the urine out, or it holds the urine in, depending on how much is in there. So if you have a little bit of urine down here, there's not a bunch of bells ringing to say, hey, I've got to go bathroom. But as that urine gets more and more and more, as your bladder gets more and more full of urine, then you start having bells go off in your head, I've got to go to the bathroom. Because eventually it's going to get full and there's a lot of pressure, and your muscle is going to have to spend a lot of time squeezing and trying to keep it in, and eventually it will get tired. And if you sneeze, or if you laugh, or if you just get too tired, maybe you're sleeping, then it will release and you will urinate yourself. And then you're in big trouble. Get it? You're in big trouble. Yep, so that is the urinary system. We're going to call it the excretory system, even though the excretory system also includes other body systems. There's a good bit of notes. You could take that on your slide.